Hey, two. Hey, one. Hey, two. Hey, three. Hey, four. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Everybody get up. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up.
Woo, how you doing, Ladios?
Oh, excelente. Happy Saturday. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Ready for our next episode? What are we covering today, Ladios?
Oh, we're talking about sex and film today.
Ooh, taboo.
Yeah. Before we check in, let's just do a checkup. Yesterday was scorching. Did you notice that?
Oh my gosh, it's getting so hot, and I hate hot weather. I'm sorry, I just hate it. So I'm miserable, and I'm menopausal. So like the combination of hot flashes and heat just
God.
Oh my god. So yeah, I'm suffering, and it's only June. So I'm just like, oh, come September, please come September. So yeah. Other than that, it's been a good week. I feel a lot more healed. I'm really happy that there's a lot of movement going.
Yes.
That George Floyd's death wasn't in vain.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to see that. I was up at the Capitol just last night,
Nice.
and it was nice to just, again, be with the people and still see support for this change that needs to happen with systemic racism. So that's been good. I've been hopeful. How about you?
Yeah, what was going on at the Capitol last night?
I think it was unveiling of a mural. Me and my friend went late. She had the actual scoop on it. But they had some DJs up there. It was all really peaceful, people with signs, dancing, and all of that. So nobody rebel rousing or any of that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It was very peaceful, and
Nice.
again, it was just nice to be with the people and to see people, kind of in support of progress, right?
Yeah.
And in support of love and not, hate, right? That's a beautiful thing. So I'm very hopeful right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. For me, I love the heat, but my air conditioner is out, so I'm dying. Getting in that car is like getting in a dry sauna. So hopefully we get that repaired in the next couple of days. But I got family in town, and we're going to head up to Wyoming because my nephew is graduating this weekend.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm super stoked. And so we... my dad, he's a devout jazz fan.
Oh, good.
So we were going to go to this little jazz club off of Larimer and 27th. I can't remember the name of it, but they weren't open really late. So when we got there, they only had 15 minutes. And so I was super disappointed because it was a live band, and they were honoring John Coltrane.
Oh my gosh, that must have been amazing.
Yeah. But we'll catch it on the next go round. We ended up going to the Walnut. I think it was called the Walnut Bar. Is that what it's called?
Walnut Room.
The Walnut Room. Yes, that was my first time there.
Okay.
It was perfect. It was nice. We sat outside. It was really good. It was some great food, and so he was like, "I really like this." So.
And isn't it nice to just have these little glimpses of people and normalcy? I went to a dance class this week. That was wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
And just like, I'm in the studio and there's other people with me. That feels amazing. So it's really, again, it's been a hopeful week that we're getting out of the malaise of COVID. That we're getting.
And still social distancing, but
just everybody's being so careful.
Yes.
And actually, I feel better about everything. When I left the studio, we all sanitized everything that we touched. So I think people are taking measures above and beyond to keep people safe.
That's good.
So that makes me happy.
And you do modern and jazz dance and African jazz.
A little bit of African. I'd say I've dabbled with all dance, but I'm not very good at tap, not very good at ballet, and not very good at contemporary.
Yeah.
But my main wheelhouse would probably be hip hop and jazz. Because I started out just a freestyle kind of break dancer at raves. So and then it was like, you can learn dance moves, which was a whole another way to train my brain. But I love being in the studio. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to just salsa and bachata again. So
nice. Yes, I that's my next thing. I want to find a partner.
Sexual dance.
I need to find a partner that I can go swing dancing, salsa dancing, all that. I just need to find somebody for partner dancing.
All you got to do, especially at salsa, if you go on a regular...
we should go to Lip Gloss. There's a place that does...
Where's that at?
9th and Acoma.
Girl, I'm with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Sunday
'cause
night they do a salsa
okay,
night.
I'm so with it. And then
I walked in and guys are just like, "Do you want to dance?
yeah,
Do you want to dance?
And
do
if
want
you
to
come
dance?"
regularly, we'll get a regular partner. Because I want to do an amateur competition. That's my goal.
Oh my God, let's
we got
do
something
it.
to do.
Yes, we do. We'll be
so
checking in on the
with salsa
dancing.
and bachata, it's a sexual dance, and
Of
it's
course.
very intimate. But that's what we're going to be talking about: sex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we covered a little bit of this last week in terms of the depiction of sexuality when it's done tastefully, not showing everybody's body parts and those kind of things. What about the raunchy sex scenes? What are your feelings towards that?
Give me some examples.
Ooh, I'm trying to think of it really good.
Outside of, was it Monsters Ball? No, it wasn't Monsters Ball.
Well, that's a great example, actually.
Well, she didn't really do a sex scene in there. I think she just...
Well, they did have the sex scene.
Is that
and
the
they
one
were
with
in the
Billy
living
Bob?
room.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yes.
Yeah, they did have a sex.
Yeah, it was such a close. I could see the
icky.
stretch marks on her butt.
Yeah, it was really, it was kind of...
Okay, so I don't know if you were a fan of Power. Did you ever watch Power?
No, I haven't watched that. That's a tough one because it's in that crime genre, and I tried to watch it, but I just
It was great. Well, but what I did notice is that I like Omari Hardwick, and by the way, I think he lives here in Colorado. Oh my
really?
God. Yeah.
No way.
I don't know.
He probably has a property here.
No, he lives
he lives here.
Yes, he lives. I'm certain I've heard that he actually. I mean,
Denver's cool. Like, it wouldn't surprise me.
You would be surprised. Cool. Even Pam Grier lives here. She has a farm. So there's stars, but they live like kind of like in that Castle Rock area.
Pam Grier grew up here, so it's not surprising. I mean, I'm never leaving here. I love Colorado. So
what's his other one? But we're going off on a tangent with the sex thing, which we like to do anyway. But so what I found, like I always see, I don't mind sex scenes, but I always feel, and maybe we'll have to just kind of be cognizant of when we're watching film. And just kind of do a comparison to see if that changed. That's why I love that the last one when we did Influence, it was very tasteful. Mm-hmm. But when they have like a woman who's non-black, they're always this loving and very tasteful scenes. But every time you see a black woman, they're banging her from behind, and what I mean? Have you ever seen that? Like she's a dog or something. Like,
oh my God!
And so I noticed that, and Power with the Latino girl, it was always beautiful and sensual and very loving. But with his wife who was black,
it was always rough.
She's
not rough,
but it was just like, where's the love? Where's the feelings?
Wow.
And let's just kind of stay cognizant of going forth when we start doing our reviews on that.
Yeah.
And see, but that's why that Influence really was it stepped out for me because it was very gentle, it was very sensual, and it was very tasteful, like you said. Yes. So I'm hoping if a sex scene is like that, I can dig it. It's just when you start, and there may be times when a sex scene is called for that.
I agree.
There may be times, especially like if it's something not necessarily violent, but they're like in a heat of passion.
Right.
Or something like that. But,
right. Yeah. Like going to boobs, right? Okay, so I watched this movie not a movie, it's a TV show on Showtime. Actually, really excellent, called Mr. Pickles with Jim Carrey, and really, really amazing piece of work. But the wife of Mr. Pickles, and I can't remember her name, and she's been in a lot of stuff, but I just can't remember her name right now. Okay. But there were a couple of scenes when they'd flash back to them being married, and she'd enter film without her top on. Mm-hmm. And I constantly remember questioning, now, is she doing that because is it even something production's calling for? Is this something that she wants to do? Because it was almost like not necessary, right? I guess it's necessary to say, oh, they're intimate in that relationship, but literally walking in from the bathroom to deliver 2 lines without a top on and then going back to the bathroom.
And what's the purpose?
What was the purpose of that? So, so sometimes I'm like, there's a purpose to the sex scene, like I was talking about with Tandy Newton. The nudity. Yes. Tandy Newton in Westworld, right? The cyborg scenes, right? That's kind of necessary to the
plot.
Yeah, the plot and all of that. But sometimes I'm just like, is it being gratuitous? Are you just showing it to show it? Because like Hollywood, I felt like was gratuitous, even though you didn't see
I think it
the
was,
actual sex scenes.
Yeah.
It was the innuendo
I
that
think
was
that,
gratuitous.
But see, I kind of I understand, but I think the sex scenes were necessary because they were, to me, Hollywood was showing the griminess of Hollywood.
That's true.
The griminess, like people will do whatever for fame. That casting couch thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, you know, the guy was like, he liked doing it. You know what I'm saying? He liked doing it.
Yeah.
But the guy, the other character was like, well, basically, if you like doing it, why don't you get paid to do it? You know, people will do whatever, and a lot of times people go to Hollywood or go searching for fame, and they don't have a plan, or they get diverted from their plan, and they ended up in those pornos and whatnot. And,
Sure.
you know, it's. I always wonder, do people like go off and say, I want to be a porn star? Because there are porn stars.
There are people that do it.
They're like popular. They have like an Academy Awards for porno stars.
The most famous porn star of our time, Jenna Jameson, did go into it with that mindset. And I mean, she had merchandise. She had and
sex sells, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So she became very famous, and I think she did go into it like, that's what I want to do. I want to be a porn star. And I think there is a small sect of people that go into it, just like strippers.
Yeah.
Right? There's a small sect of girls that are like, ooh, I want to be a stripper. And like, you know, it's low expectations, right? Yeah. At the end of the day.
Well, okay. I'm okay with strippers.
I'm okay with strippers too,
I like seeing strippers. I mean, I don't do it regularly.
I do too, but I'm sad-hearted when I hear a girl say that's her dream. It's like me when I was 18. My dream was to be an executive assistant. And I conquered that by like 25. And it was like, okay, I was aiming really low. Because I could do so much more with my life, and I have done so much more. So that's all that I'm saying. Is that sometimes you grow up and your circumstance and your vision is so narrow that you can't imagine more for yourself. So that's more where I'm coming from. Because I respect strippers, and I have friends that are strippers, and I used to work as a waitress, you know, so I've been in that lifestyle. It's not it, but at the end of the day, it is degrading. You know, any sex work can be degrading, and sex workers are real people, and they deserve respect too.
Yes,
but at the end of the day, it's kind of the fact that you have these power imbalances, right, with the super rich and super poor, that you have to have these sex industries, right, because that's what feeds it. So anyways, we'll go on.
No, keep going.
That's
what about, I'm starting to see a little more equality. I remember being 7 or 8, I could have been older, I'm lying, I don't know, I was maybe 10, and I remember Superfly came out, and it's an old blaxploitation film.
Sure. Did you see the remake?
Yes. Ooh,
okay.
Girl, he is hot. And that sex scene in the shower. That I like that. The two girls.
That's so funny.
But he was very gentle. I like that. That was a tasteful sex scene, and he is so fine. I'm sure we're gonna see him again. But anyhow, yes, I did. Did you see the remake?
I saw some of it.
Girl, you got to see it. Girl, go see it. Go see it. Maybe we'll review an old one.
Maybe we'll
review a throwback review.
We'll go throwback. Do a throwback of Superfly. That'd be fun.
Oh, girl, it was great. But I remember asking. I was watching with my cousin. He was like a half cousin by marriage, and we were watching it. And I remember like, why they always show. And I was young. I was like, why they always show the women at the top? I mean, I don't see men. And he said, you don't need to see the men. But now I'm starting to see more men.
Oh, yes.
In the nudity. They're just.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, did I just see a
yes. I remember the first time that I saw it. Yes. The first time I saw it was Scary Movie. Yeah. Scary Movie was the first time that a penis entered the scene. Scary Movie 4, I think it was, because they had it go in between his ears. It was so funny. But then after that, and I think that's actually part of thanks to LGBTQ.
Yes.
They're like, we want to see it just like y'all want to see those movies. So
well, I think it's fair. If you're going to be exploiting the women, exploit men. Yeah, let me see.
Absolutely.
I can't remember what me and Mr. King was.
Fair.
We was watching, and I guess some guys were in the shower. I was like, I did a double take. Like, did I just see what I saw?
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And I said, rewind that. Well, because I was just, it was just like, it was just, it's just been over the years. Like, you know, a couple years ago, it was not a big deal. It's like, it's so new. You'll probably never see it. But now it's a regular thing.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I appreciate that, because now you're not just throwing women out there like, you know, we have to show ourselves. Like, let's make it an equitable thing if that's what you want to do. You know, that's what you want to throw them out there, you throw it out too.
But here comes my prudishness, and I have to ask, like, are we oversexed in America? And does our film industry have a part to play in that?
Absolutely.
Like, you know, the fact that there's so many depictions of, hi, let's go to bed and then figure it out. You know, like, that is how I think a lot of people run relationships nowadays.
Yeah, they do.
And then the unrealistic expectations, you know, any rom-com, any of that, you know, boom, 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 the writer fixes it up and everything happens like magic and they fall in love and go off to whatever paradise. But that's not reality. And that's not how relationships work. No. And relationships are hard, and trying to commingle two individuals into, you know, kind of a unit is work. So yeah, I definitely think Hollywood is culpable in some of our I don't know.
The whole entertainment. That's from
like
music
the sexual immorality, I guess, is what it is.
It's very sexual immorality.
Yeah.
Because even like, I remember hearing Nick Cannon talking about Hollywood's so small, everybody's been with everybody. You know?
That's gross.
Yeah, like you might have been with this person 10 years ago, and now you're with this person, and then you 2 years later, this person with your friend, and it's not on purpose. It's just a small field, because you got to think, like, there's a smaller percentage of, especially if you're A, B, or even a C, I'll throw in a C, C-list actors, where you're dating just a normal person. Like, when I say normal, like just a regular Joe. Like, that's not in the entertainment field. So a lot of times Hollywood, or Hollywooders would, or, you know, someone in the entertainment field, you want to kind of keep an even playing field so they can understand, like, what you do. So they date other entertainers or other actors, or someone who's comparable to your income status or whatever. And so it happens occasionally, but then look what happens with Mary J. Blige and, you know, Wendy Williams. And then there you go.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying it's not good, because then you have Denzel Washington, who's been with his wife forever. So it does work, but it's a hard thing, but a lot. I was looking at Breakfast Club today, and Lisa Ray
They've been
was
having some good. I wanted to watch that interview.
Lisa Ray.
I love Lisa Ray. She's so beautiful.
And she speak her mind. I like that girl. She's just like fluid. She's like she's a round-away girl. But she was just saying, with the COVID, is kind of, because they were asking about dating. She's like, I'm not dating, but I'm basically having conversations. Okay. And she said, I'm liking this COVID because
you can get to know somebody.
Yes, she said we're talking and Zooming, and she said if we didn't have COVID, she said, I'd probably been on that too soon, too quick. Yep. And
on to the next one.
Exactly. Because that fizzle, you know, that instincts, and, you know, we can't. A lot of us. I mean, I can. That sex drive is overpowering. Sure. Especially when you're attracted to someone, and, like, you just want to be like, boom. Yeah. And I know with my first husband, we were together for 10 months before we did anything. Okay. And and then with James, we literally talked, I am not lying, we talked from 8 p.m. to 3 in the morning for 30 days, just getting to know each other. Getting to know each other, you know, before we even did, like, anything. Like, I don't even think he kissed me during that time. Yeah. Our first date, we played Monopoly, and he kissed me on the forehead. I was like, this is nice. Yeah, you know? Yeah. But most people's like, you jump in the bed, and then you're just like, the thrill is gone. Because then you start to see these people's flaws. I remember
that's your most...
Everything is a facade. I remember having a friend, he was like, I was chasing this girl. She was a bad girl. She was bad. She was built. She was fine. He's like, I was chasing her for a moment. He goes, and then I got her... He said, and then I got to looking at her, and she wasn't that attracted to that after all.
That's so funny. That is.
He started to see me like, funny. I said, well, what wasn't attractive about her? He's like, she had BBs in the back of her neck. Her kitchen wasn't taken care of.
Oh my goodness. He's like,
and then I started looking. She wasn't cute. Got freckles.
Oh my goodness, freckles, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, you want to be able to accept people's flaws at the beginning.
Well, and, you know, it should be something that, you know, you build toward, not something that's just expected and then, okay, we got this out of the way and we know it's good, so now we can build on everything else. Because if you're good in the bedroom, who's to say that you're not good everywhere else? And then you have the frustration of trying to reconcile those things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, some people will keep relationships going that they shouldn't
Because of
the sexual,
good,
good, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if that's all you got to base it on, you ain't got much.
And
I'm trying to
again,
tell you.
low expectations.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the sex and not love, right? Because, everybody deserves love and somebody that really loves them. But going too fast too soon kind of fucks that all up for you, because how's somebody really going to love you for who you are versus what you got to offer if you're just giving it up? I'm just saying.
So do you think sometimes, because, I remember... Steve Harvey did a book some years ago. It's been at least 15.
Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man. But he was talking about the 90-day rule. Do you believe in that? Do you think that really is a platform, whether a man stays with you or not?
I think it could be, because honestly, I think men, they are... the testosterone, I think it's a natural thing that makes them like challenges and all of those things. So
they like
like the chase. They like to chase and they like to conquer and all of those things. So it's like if they've already conquered you and they were already bored, they're going to be gone. So if he's sticking around past 90 days, obviously he's intrigued by you. Obviously he's, it's a little bit deeper than just, your sex, right? Because,
but what
people that are just after sex usually can find it. They'll move on from that person that's trying to hold out, if that's all that they're after.
But what about the guys who are like, man, she's trying to do this cat and mouse game. I ain't trying to do all that.
Well, then they're probably players and they're just trying to get their dick wet, right? I mean, honestly, like I said, not everybody is relationship material. Not everybody wants love.
Yeah, that's
true.
So
you do have to just say, okay, I have to move on, and that rejection hurts, but obviously they aren't there for you and they don't want you like that. They might want you for 10 minutes, or for that night, or, whatever, but, or to call whenever, they ain't got nobody else. But, really, is that who you want to be?
Yeah, but have you ever been the booty call or had someone where you called them the booty call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a booty call relationship.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been in a
you
purely
the booty call.
sex. And even where it's almost kind of mutually respectable because we're both fulfilling a really important need for each other.
No attachment.
So it's almost like, but there would be attachment to the point that, like, if I'm sleeping with you, I ain't sleeping with nobody else.
Yes.
And I expect the same.
Yes.
So then we're in this bad relationship, with fucked up boundaries, right? And things like that, because all that you're asking for is sex.
Yeah.
Right? You're not asking for the support. You're not asking for the love. You're not asking, or it's too much to demand on the relationship, So,
That's true. That's true. I did have a guy that he was a booty call, and I think he called me. I was like, I call you. You don't call me. But I was like, if you sleeping with someone else, we're done. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need all the germs. Even though we did protection and safe sex,
absolutely.
still. Yeah.
That
I was like,
pop.
yeah.
That was a break. No, bucket.
God, you're crazy.
I am.
But it's true. It's like, how do you put boundaries on someone when we're not in a committed relationship? But it was just like that, and it was understandable. And then I had someone where we're just in the moment, like, we're just chilling. You're like, this is Mr. and Mrs. right now.
Yes.
We already know.
And that's an understanding.
And establish that we're not going to have a long-term relationship.
And I say those things don't last very long, right?
Yeah,
those are little couple month blips.
Yeah.
And you move on.
Yeah, but I'm sure in the film industry, it's really difficult to find that good solid relationship, because you don't know if people are after you because you're famous, because of the money, because of whatnot, and you want that authenticity. So I can see the challenges that it have going in and out,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's pretty crazy to me to think about, like, personally, I'm not dating right now because A, COVID, B, I'm in a really self-centered place where I wanted to focus on my career.
Yeah.
And, and me. And that's it. Like, I just don't want to entertain someone else or trying to build something with someone
Exactly.
else. I'm
And
so
that's
that
fair.
sounds so mean,
No,
but
that's
but
fair.
it's the truth. You know, like right now, I am actively not seeking a relationship because my last relationship was heartbreaking when it didn't work out, and you know, it's hard to move on from that. And it's like, you know, next time I just want it to be with somebody that I know might be there for the rest of the friggin' ride.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're
And
at
for the
this
long
age,
haul.
yeah, when you're at this age, I don't want to be playing around. I don't want to
Yeah.
be doing all that. People
And it's
annoy
so
me.
funny when I see, you know, entertainers, they'll be in a relationship, they've been in there for two years. To me is probably a long time, you know, still that's 2 years. And it's not a long time as far as marriage, but 2 years in Hollywood is like an eternity.
Oh, sure.
And so what kills me is or they could have been there for 10 years. And then 2 months there was somebody, and I'm like, you just got divorced, and you already in like, did you have time to heal? Like, and I think people just do leaps and bounds too quick, too soon. Like, they don't really take time to be alone, and that's pretty.
You know, that's true because
frustrating.
Sex is a pleasure place, right? Like that's something that you get pleasure from, just like a drug, right? Just like alcohol, just like those kind of things. So there can be a dysfunction in sex, right?
Yeah,
and people
true.
that are only going out there for those kicks, they're usually pretty dysfunctional, whether they're women or men. So I think Amber Rose. Sometimes I get a little bit upset with her because I'm like, girl,
I mean,
we're queens. We don't need to be spreading around to everybody. And I get that you were abused, but that's where you're talking from.
Yeah.
And I don't think that should be the message because, you know, if you can carry life, if you know, then you shouldn't be polluting that area with just any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know,
I love
like,
that she exonerates her sexuality and confidence. I love that.
Yes, I love that.
What did she do? That walk that she did
the sex workers
the
walk
slut walk,
or the slut walk?
Slut walk. And
yes.
I appreciate that
I do
because
too.
no one should be
shamed.
So because there's a double-edged sword. So men can go around and fuck whoever they want, and thousands of men have a whole bunch of different girlfriends. But when women do it, oh, we're the slut, and I don't agree with that because sex is sex, no matter how you put it. If you with one person or 1,000 persons, because if I have sex with one person, whoever that person had sex with, I'm having sex with all of them.
Yes,
because there's a little bit of chemical background that you've taken away from that chemical energy that you've taken it. And, you know, they say every time you kiss somebody, you kissing the other last person they kiss, and I know a friend of mine said. A dentist can always tell when she had a new boyfriend. He'd be like,
"Oh my God!"
By the saliva, like you have a new boyfriend. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Isn't that interesting?"
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, I don't like the labels that you judge, the judgmental labels of someone. If they want to be
I agree with that.
Fluid, but you got to also understand. With that comes a stigma, and you gotta, you know, pick your battle. So if you choose to represent the slut walk, and you're with this person 1 minute, and the next person. Unfortunately, people are judgmental, you know, and
not only judgmental, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that'll follow it, you know, like
Yeah,
I have a young daughter and it's like, you know, yay, being a slut, but at the same time, is that really what you want to be? Like,
then,
you know,
and
like,
then you're crying because people are judging you
and using you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be accountable for your consequences. So you be whatever you're going to be.
Right.
You know, if you want to be this person behind closed doors and keep it under the tights,
yeah,
I'm cool with that too.
Yep.
But if you're open, and like, again, like Amber Rose, she's very open. She's beautiful. And
she's beautiful.
And I
she's
love
an amazing
her, how
person.
she exonerates her sexuality with power. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, so you have any last minute closing words that you want to tell everybody? Any closing comments?
You know, I thought this was a great topic.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, so I hope you all liked what we had to say. And please comment, subscribe, follow us.
Yeah.
Do you got any closing remarks?
Yeah, just let us know if there's any topics you want us to talk about, any movies you want us to review. We want to try to keep it black, you know what I'm saying? Or at least in the people of color rounds, but we want to keep it black, you know? We are actors from the dark side. But in the meantime, in between time, remember, you don't have to be asleep. You don't have to be asleep to dream, so get up and get out and do something for yourself. I'm LaDios Muhammad, an actor with purpose.
And I'm Rav'n Moon, an actor with passion.
And we are
actors from the dark side.